There's much to learn when students paint an owl in a tree, especially when it's kind of a silhouette like this. It combines creativity, skill building, and storytelling all in one project. Follow along with me and I'll show you how it's done. Hi, my name's Kathy, and I've been teaching kids how to draw for over 20 years now. My favorite thing to do is to show students that when you take things one step at a time, learning how to draw just might be easier than you think. Here are all the supplies you need for this project: a sheet of watercolor paper, a pencil, a permanent black marker, paintbrush, and a set of watercolor paints. You may also find a link to a free step-by-step tutorial in the description below. As always, I start with center pencil guidelines on my paper. They're also on all of my tutorials and really help you see where to draw. I'm going to start the owl by making some marks to plan for the head. After those marks are in place, then connect them to make something that looks like a large upside down U shape. The owl body is going to go down this far, so put your pencil on the right shoulder and draw a curved line, and then continue going down with some scallop lines for the feathers. When one side is done, then try to draw a matching line on the other side, the larger curve for the shoulder and smaller ones for those feathers. Let's move on to the eyes now and draw two large circles centered on the head, about as big as a quarter. Then draw two angled shapes like I'm doing here, and erase part of the line when you're done. When those inside eye shapes are done, then add a ring around the outside of each one. The beak is easy. It's just a large diamond shape that sits right in the middle of the face. Let's finish off the head now with two ears on top. The next thing to draw is the tail. We're going to do it, and then the branch is going to get drawn on top of it. So start the tail with two angled sides, and then draw a kind of scalloped line below on one side and the other. Here's an easy way now to draw some claws. Start with what looks like the bottom of a heart shape. Close the top with 3 bumps. Then erase any lines that are inside and finish with some divider lines for those toes. When one side is done, then do your best to draw a matching shape on the other side, starting with the heart shape, the bumps on top, the erasing, and those divider lines inside. Now we can start to work on that tree. So start at the bottom of the paper and draw up. This trunk is kind of going off the page. Near the top, you can angle and have the branches get skinnier. You can add more branches in the background and finish off with a couple of pointy shapes too, just to make them look more realistic. Now for the branch the owl is sitting on, start by drawing the top side, which goes up near the top of his toes and continues off to the right side of the paper. Then go back and draw the bottom side of that branch, which can go all the way across and off the paper too. And when you're done, be sure to come back and erase any lines inside that branch so it looks like the tail is behind it. To give your tree a little more of a realistic look, let's add a few skinny branches wherever there's room for them. It seems like there's plenty of room to add another branch below the owl, so I think I'm going to draw another one there too that goes across the paper. I'm going to finish with a circle up in the top right corner, which could be a sun or a moon. It's up to you. If you are turning this into a painting, you need to use a permanent black marker to trace all of those lines. Otherwise, a regular marker will do. As always, I recommend erasing any pencil lines that you see before you start to paint or color. Now it looks like we're ready to paint, so you can bring out that tray and a brush and a little bit of water. Now let's quickly fill in those eyes with that permanent black marker so they stay nice and black and don't bleed. You are welcome to paint your owl however you want, but I'm going to begin with my yellow shapes first, which are the nose, the eyes, the claws, and the moon, unless you want that to stay white. Let's move on to the brown now for the body. So start by softening the color and then spreading it on your owl. If it gets too watery, then spread it out a little more, and if it gets too dry, then add a little more water. Do work slowly, it really helps when trying to stay inside those lines. Alright, moving on to that tree. I'm going to paint mine black because I think it'll add a little more drama and contrast to my picture, and it'll keep it from blending in with that owl too. Just do your best to try to keep that color inside those tiny little branches. Now, after painting with a dark color like black, it's really smart to get some clean water before you start to paint your sky. Hopefully by now you've got some good experience about how much water to add to your watercolor tray. That's one of the biggest things to learn about painting. Alright, so there's my finished owl painting. I hope you like how yours turned out too. Hey, when you check out my website, Art Projects for Kids, you'll find more animal tutorials, including one for a fox and one for a groundhog. I hope you try those out too, and I hope you keep on drawing. See you next time.